All right, so Coach, end of the road trip with the win down to San Marcos, and how huge was that to finally get that that first victory in the conference season?
Yeah, I heard that the earth actually shook up here a little bit when that gorilla jumped off our back. So it was nice, right? I think that it's been building, it's been coming. We talk about the process a lot, trusting the process and believing in what we're doing. And the girls have done a great job of that. Our fans have done a great job of that, to their credit. You look at all the families and the alumni and just the general fans that were at our games this weekend. It was absolutely fantastic. And I think it's a true credit to Lumberjack Nation and the support that they give to our athletics program.
You guys knew that this was going to be a difficult road trip going in, and I'm sure you'll definitely take that split.
Yeah, you want the split. I think we'll look at the Friday night game. San Diego, depending upon the poll you look at, number 1, number 2 in the country, they're really good, right? And we had them on the edge, right? They score early, a great goal, and then just a couple things. Missed clearance, an unfortunate handball, and I felt for the player, like it happened. She was upset. It was unfortunate. They get the penalty, and the game hung on a knife's edge a lot. If you look at the stats from that game, we had 56% possession, 83 passes, 83% completion on that for over 700 passes in that game. Compared to them, they didn't have the ball ever. And so I think that tactically in that Friday night game, we did a really good job. There were just a few moments where the game kind of hung on an edge, and they did a good job, and they obviously have the quality, right? But I think that the true credit to the group beyond that goes really into the Sunday game, right? You go to San Marcos, everything there is about creating chaos, from checking players into the game to the way their staff manages their team to the way that they play. Everything is meant to be chaotic, and it makes it, beyond the level of play, the most difficult place in our conference to get a result. Flat out, I think everybody would agree with that. And for the girls to go in there, get a result, go up 2-0, they bring it back to 2-1, and then we see the game out the way we did, it's a massive credit to the quality of this group of girls.
How do you guys play differently when you do have the lead?
We made a couple changes, a few adjustments. In the last 15 minutes, we dropped another player in the midfield to try and hold on to some stuff. Erin was running around up top on her own. We were short on subs because of some injuries and things like that. So we had to really be careful. I think that, in the past we might have gone to attack mode a little bit more and try to just go and press them, especially the way they play. But we just didn't have the horses to run on that game, right? So we made a number of good moves tactically to make sure, okay, well, let's lock down the midfield, let's take away a couple spaces that they wanted to get the ball into, and the girls did a fantastic job. When you change systems and you change tactics on the fly in our game, you don't get a timeout, right? So now you're looking across the field, you're grabbing the player that you need to get a hold of, you make the eye contact, you communicate it, and then the chain of communication has to go out. And the girls did a very, very good job of organizing themselves, getting it organized, getting it set up, and then ultimately getting the win.
How nice is it set up now? You get that first conference win, and then you come back now here for some home matches.
Yeah, it feels good. And we sit here every week, right? And I tell you guys, it's coming. It's coming. We're going to get there. The process is working. We're right where we need to be. We just needed to score more goals. And now this weekend we go out and we score 4, right? So we scored 4 goals this weekend. And a big piece of that is, you look at the San Diego game, they'd only given up 3 goals prior to playing us on that Friday night, and we scored 2 on them, right? So we almost doubled their, thanks to the post, we don't, but we almost double their tally on the year, right? And then we scored 2 more on Sunday. So, we talk a lot about, this year we're talking about the story, and what story are we telling, and what are we putting out there? And every great story has a turning point, and now this has to be ours.
Can you pinpoint anything on offense that would anything different, say down there with the matches?
Yeah, the thing that has the internet in the back of the net. I think that was the biggest change. But honestly, I think players stepped up, and we've been continually challenging players to step up. We've been putting players in situations to be successful, but I've said the whole year, they haven't been used to being in that situation, right? I think that, God bless Alex Jenkins, she carried a lot of that load for us in the past. And so a lot of it was facilitating her. And now we have players that are more comfortable, right? We've been through these games now. They understand what's expected of them. And now that pressure that they've had, they can use it for good, right? It doesn't crumble them. It actually makes them stronger. It makes them better. And you see the goals that we score, right? So you look at, the first goal on Friday night, right? So Kelsey goes to press their back line in a space that we knew that they would struggle. She gets it. She slips it into Selena, freshman, one of her first, I think her first college start. It might have been her second. She scores the goal, right? And then the second goal we have that night, Selena slips in, Kelsey scores the goal. Both things that may not have happened 2 or 3 weeks ago, right? And that's just getting comfortable. And then Lindsay Stoner, scores a great penalty that Kaylee Alves, who hasn't played a lot of minutes this year, right? But we told her, we're going to need you this weekend. She steps in, she subs into the game 5-10 minutes in, she draws the penalty in the box. Fantastic, right? So huge credit to her. And then you have Lindsay Stoner steps up, smashes the penalty in the back of the net, right? We're up 1-0. And then Erin, who has done very well, being in situations to score goals, has struggled at different times. But now the ball comes in, Sabine serves a great ball into her off the set piece, and she finishes it. And so you just see the quality that we've known was there, the quality that we've been building on, and the quality that was being affected because of the pressure that they were under, that they weren't necessarily comfortable with. Now it's creating good things, and we're really excited about that.
All right, so home on Fridays and Mondays. At East Bay. On
Yeah.
Friday. What have you seen? What do you know about them?
They're good, right? They're physical. They move the ball well. They've had a number of good results. And I think, but the matchup is good. We feel good about that. I know that we're gonna have to work really hard. The girls had yesterday off. The girls are gonna have today off for the travel and everything else. So we'll get 2 good days of training in preparation for the weekend. But the thing that's nice about the rest of our season is that really, with the exception of Cal State LA, right, who is the top team in our conference this year again, everybody's kind of in this mix where we're at, right? So we have now an opportunity where we've gone out, we've played the top 4 or 5 teams in the conference head-to-head. We've done very, very well. Really pleased with what we've done. We wanted results. We didn't get them, but we've shown the quality. And now we get to go play the rest of the group, who's still very, very good. But now we have games that we can win, right? There's games that are winnable. We've got to go and perform. But if we go and do that, we're in the position that we need to be